Hey everyone, this is Melanie, and this is actually my second video. I'm on day 3 of 30 Days of Financial Awareness with Stephanie Richin, Crystal Crawford, and myself. And I wanted to actually share something that I've been looking at with the challenge the last few days that's been really helpful for me. And if you would like, any change or greater awareness with your finances, your business, your money, all of it, then I invite you to play with this if you'd like to. So I've been with my family for the last 3 days. So I am getting to see so many of the points of views that they function from and their realities, their financial reality, and just kind of, how people approach things different. And there are a number of things that I've been looking to change in my own reality around creating and my finances and money and all of it that I just haven't been able to change or have shifted somewhat. They're sort of upgrading and upgrading and upgrade, but it isn't the different reality that I am actually choosing to create. And the thing is, if something doesn't belong to you, you can't actually get rid of it or change it unless you really acknowledge that it doesn't belong to you. So there are a number of different points of views that I've been holding on to, believing that they were mine, trying to change it. And I really got to see over the last couple of days, like, wow, this actually doesn't belong to me. These are points of views that I was aware of growing up, that I heard growing up, or I was just, we're all super aware and psychic. And when we're kids, we just take on all this stuff and we build this, foundation of our lives and our interaction with our finances and money and our businesses and all of it, often based on the points of views that we were aware of. What we often do also is we either align and agree with the point of view or we resist and react to the point of view. Either way, it locks into your life and it doesn't give you the freedom of choice that is actually available to you to choose what really would work for you. Maybe some of the things that you're aware of really do work for you. Fantastic, keep them. But it's really looking at the points of views and changing and letting go of the points of views that aren't actually working for you. So here's what I'm doing. I'm writing down all the points of views that I can remember, that I can come up with, that I have heard my family say or do, and I'm just listing them all out. So, for example, one of them I became aware of recently, which I really didn't get had any effect on me at all, was there was a period in my childhood when my mom was on public assistance. We had food stamps, welfare, housing, all of it. And I was in major resistance and reaction to it. And in my world, I was like, I will never choose this. And no judgment, to, my mom and what she was needing to choose at the time for herself. But in my world, I was horrified by it and went into major resistance and reaction of I will never. So the thing with I will never means you lock it energetically. It was based on judgment, and a judgment always locks into your world and creates less choice for you. There are also a lot of points of view that people have about children who grow up either completely or even partially in the welfare system, that you're going to repeat it, that there are all these limitations and points of views placed on you and projections of what it is that you'll be capable of and what it is you'll choose in the future. And I had no idea that was still kind of lurking in there. So writing all of that out too. The times that, my family would drive into the sort of upper middle class neighborhood because we were, living in a more, low income area for a long time, to just drive by and look in the windows at Christmas of people's different decorations. And there was this sense of other people having things that we would never have, that we could only look from the outside in. And I functioned from that point of view that I was one of those on the outside, and then there were other people who got to be on the inside. So what do you do with something like that? Like, there are a lot of modalities out there to help you get to that point of view, but what do you do then? So I'm writing all of this out, and what I'm going to do with it, or what I'm doing with it, is that I go to each point of view, and I go everything that is times a godzillion. I destroy and uncreate it all, and then I use the access clearing statement, which is right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And it's short speak for a series of questions that unlock the energy of where you first created that point of view, where you first took it on, where you first bought it and you made it real for you. And it sounds weird and it sounds crazy, but it actually works. I don't do anything that doesn't work. I'm very pragmatic about the tools of transformation that I use. I tried to make a short video. It's not going to be a short video. So, and if you want a more detailed description of this access clearing statement, you can go to theclearingstatement.com and get more information. But basically, I'm looking at these points of views, and there are some of them where I'm like, gosh, I've really been functioning from this. I don't actually, does it belong to my family? Does it belong to someone else? And I go, who does this belong to? And if it lightens up in my world or changes at all, I go return to sender with consciousness attached, and I destroy and uncreate everything I've created out of this point of view. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And if you don't remember the clearing statement, you can say POC and POD, or you can say all that weird stuff that Melanie was saying, and you might notice your world lighten up. So this is one of the things that I am doing right now in this 30 days of financial awareness, because these are all points of views that aren't allowing me to be totally aware of everything that is going on in my financial world, to be aware of all of the choices I have available to me that maybe other people who have these points of views, who choose to keep them, don't actually have. So what else is possible when we're truly willing to allow our lives to be totally different and let go of the points of views that we may have built a whole foundation of our financial reality based on? What else is possible when we truly shift the underlying energy that holds and locks that in place? And so far, it's opening up a much more space around finances and money in these areas, and some areas within this that I just have not wanted to look and be aware of. And it's getting easier. And there's more energy in my body. And there's more energy happening in my email. And people sending messages to book sessions and all kinds of things, just because I'm willing to be more aware in this area. I haven't yet instituted anything even different in the systems that I will be creating and instituting in my banking and in my business and all of these other areas. Just the beginning of being willing to go, yep, I'm choosing something different in this area of money and finances and business. I'm choosing to be aware. And I'm choosing to know that I have choice. And even just in that choice and being willing to look and choose something different, it is already changing. So I'm excited to keep going with this, and I will keep sharing some of the tools that I'm using to create shift and change and a greater awareness in the area of my finances. And of course, I mean, it's not affecting the rest of my life at all, is it? My relationships, my relationship with myself, my body, my energy, my health, my vitality. It's changing everything. How does it get any better than this? So if you'd like more information, please, feel free to send me a message. If you want to hear more about the clearing statement, you can either contact me or you can go to theclearingstatement.com. If this is an area that you would like to see some more change in, and you'd like to book a personal session with me, email me at melanieclampett@gmail.com or go to melanieclampett.com and you can send me a message at my contact page there. All right, I will see you again. Oh my gosh, almost 9 minutes. I adore you all. And what else is possible?